When Steve Jobs took over Apple in 1997, one of his first decisions was to remove the Apple Museum that occupied the space in front of reception when people walked through the door. And he said that he refused to work in a company that was living in the past and living off its historical success. He wanted to be defining the thoughts of the future. We know that people are substantially motivated by a company's transcendent purpose, how they improve lives, than their transactional objective of how they sell stuff. And that's why when we're looking at brands and companies, we want companies that take us on a journey. And that's why storytelling has this unique ability to bring to life that transcendent purpose, that objective that actually unifies a company's story, a company's future, a company's vision. I believe that stories are critical to the success of a community, an individual, a company, a society, because stories demand generosity from the storyteller. The storyteller has to open up and be vulnerable and expose their own anxieties and fears. We're able to connect with people on a much deeper level than ever before. And so the more we share stories, the more we share these exchanges and observe stories in life, the more we're able to actually create change and inspire change makers. McKee, a famous creative writing instructor, believes that the best way to get ideas out into the world is through storytelling. His students have won 18 Academy Awards, and he says that we can engage listeners on a whole new level. It's almost like we're still acting like in our primal and caveman-like natures, using bullet points and PowerPoints to tell stories, when actually now we have video, we have virtual reality that allows us to transport our audience to a whole new realm, to parallel universes where they can actually experience and live in these situations. They can visualize and actually believe that they are actually walking in the same footsteps as the speaker, as the storyteller. Stanford research found that in the average 1 minute, a student used 2.5 statistics, and actually only 1 in 10 people told a story. But when they looked at the retention rates, they found something really interesting. They found that 65% of people remembered the speeches with stories, yet only 5% remembered those with just statistics. Terry Pratchett said that people think stories are shaped by people, but actually it's the other way around. If you want to understand a culture, listen to the stories, but if you want to change a culture, change the stories. It's really vital today that we dissect and observe our own stories and then think about how we can communicate them digitally so that they reach more people across the world, so that people in a different geography, in a different region, can experience what we're experiencing, so that they connect with our thought process, so that they connect with our perspectives and our angles effectively. We love brands and companies that have stories, that create stories, that tell stories and live their story authentically and genuinely. And that's why leaders need to learn how to be uniquely human through digital storytelling. And the ones who can communicate through video and communicate through film and communicate interactively are the ones who will succeed. To tell great stories, we need to live as the character, and that's why we need to go out and live the stories that we want to tell. And that's why Muriel Rukeyser, an American poet, wrote, "The universe is made up of stories, not atoms."